Hey, Alexandra here from roastmysaaSproduct.com, and today we're going to look at Tally. So this is a SaaS that I'm already familiar with, and I've heard very good things about it, specifically in terms of how they handle this product-led growth motion. So we'll look into what they're doing good and what can be improved as always. So we're going to start from looking at the landing page to see exactly what they promised to us, and then we'll go through the experience of trying out this application and looking around and see if there's anything that I would do different if I was the founder of Tally. Okay, so let's get started. So right off the bat, the message here on the landing page is very simple. So it's very clear. So the simplest way to create forms. It doesn't get any simpler than that, and I totally understand what they want to tell me. Now, I am familiar with some other tools for creating forms, such as Google Forms, Typeform, and there's been a bunch of others that I've used that I don't really remember off the top of my head. But Tally is very memorable, okay? So let's see, say goodbye to boring forms. So they're also calling their forms not boring. Meet Tally, the free, intuitive form builder you've been looking for. Okay, so we know this, and the call to action really good. So create a free form. It's an action based call to action, which is really good. So instead of like sign up for free or something, they're telling us exactly what we're gonna do. Perfect. So no sign up required. Now this is what I consider as one of the best things that Tally is doing. They're not requiring you to sign up to try the application. It's so frictionless that you don't even like need to think twice about it. It's as simple as just hitting this button, and you're gonna get straight into the editor, and you're gonna be able to start creating a form without like having to give your email and perform all this sign up. Okay, so but first let's have another look just to see what this is about. So they're explaining, or rather they're showing. This is the very good example of show don't tell. Even though it's a simple click here, they still made a GIF for us to show like what the form builder looks like, and we can instantly see that it's based on the Notion editor, and a lot of people are familiar with Notion and like this kind of editor. So you see that you can clearly build forms with this Notion-based editor without any problems or any issues. And yeah, we see here exactly what we can do, and we've seen how easy it was to just build a two column, and then we have these / commands and all. So I mean, it's looking really nice, and this is how you can, from what I'm seeing, yeah, perfect. This is, you can, once somebody submitted the form, you can show them a thank you page if you wanted to. Oh, and you can even use variables from any of the fields. You can use values from any of the fields that you have on the form. And you even have some design customization, so you can look and understand exactly what this does. And I mean, if I am after building a form to collect information, this is enough to convince me to click this blue create a free form button with no sign up required. It's as simple as it gets. What else do we have? Well, of course, they are highlighting what they want, and also like that a lot of companies are using this. It's perfect. The landing page itself, and also how they allow you to try the product is, again, like I don't think I've seen something like this in any other product. So a form builder like no other, and also an experience like a product-led growth experience and a trial experience like no other as well. Form builder, okay, for anyone to build free online forms, no need to code, just type your questions like you would in a doc. In case you're not convinced enough with this video and you haven't pressed the button yet, like they're still spending some time to convince you, showing you some extra functionality that they have, because they've not, like here, we can see clearly that they've only included the most important parts of Tally, like what pretty much almost anyone would care about. But here they're going more in depth, which is really good. And they're also telling you that it's privacy friendly, which is perfect, simple but powerful, right? And they're showing you how much more powerful it is and what else you can do besides just simple input fields compared to what you do maybe with Google Forms. You can even add a signature, and this is like, it's a very good way to convince even those who are looking. I would call them power users, those who are looking for extra functionality than just some plain and simple fields. You can even accept payments through a form. This is really, it's really amazing. Crafting child, yeah, you have conditional logic if you're looking for that. You even have some calculators. You can hide fields and show fields based on conditions, which is really amazing. And the forms can be uniquely yours, so you can even design them. You have quite a lot of flexibility with designing these forms. So this is all that I understand from here. You can even integrate some tools to send submissions to different places. How cool is that? This is just pretty much amazing. You can even analyze traffic sources to your form as if you had your own website. So you don't even need to set up a separate website and integrate a tally form on it. You can just add your Google Analytics and just like customize it, and that's pretty much it. You can even add pixels. This is just an amazing product, and they did an amazing job telling you about it. There's absolutely nothing here that would prevent you from clicking the blue button to try the product out. There's no friction. There's zero friction. And again, like, I don't think so far I have not seen a product that does this as well as Tally. So let's see what the experience is. The landing page is amazing. So let's see what the next step is. So create a free form. What's going to happen? So I'm taken directly to building this form. So I just need to give it a title. I don't know, let's just say a test title. I'm not very creative right now. So you see even the breadcrumb here filling up. Press enter to start from scratch, or you can even use a template. And Tally is a form builder that works like a document. Just type / to insert form blocks and add to mention question answers. This is amazing. So they give you some how-to guides in case you really want to look into more details straight away. Create your first form. They can teach you how to get started. You can use a template. And there's a bunch of different templates. Again, I would need to, like, one thing here when you're starting out, and I guess this is probably the first piece of feedback that I would maybe do different from Tally. Again, if I press enter right now, I can build the form by myself, sure. Or I can specifically hit to use a template. Now, what I would do is I would go to this step straight away. Because right now, when the page is empty, I do need to make this extra click to be able to see those templates. But I may feel like, okay, so is that it? Because it's kind of empty. Like, sure, there's how-to guides, and the landing page did convince me a lot. But I do get this feeling like, okay, that's a bit underwhelming. Now, the thing that I would do here, as soon as I get here, I would ask, hey, what do you want to use Tally for? Like, what do you want to do? What kind of form? What kind of information do you want to collect? So I would try to gauge the use case as the first thing. Now, if I'm not interested in that, I can just close this out, or it could be like an extra option where I say, I want to build from scratch, right? So what I would do is I would have something like this straight away, or maybe even like not as a model, but like as a full screen thing. Instead of like letting me put a title here, just show me the different use case, maybe these different templates. But I would say there has to be a balance here, because we don't want to overwhelm the person. Like, we don't want to go from underwhelming experience to an overwhelming experience because there are way too many templates, right? So I would say there is a very good opportunity here to use some AI specifically. Why? Well, there are two ways to use AI here. One, just give me a simple input and give me a question. The question is, what do you want to use Tally for? Or what kind of information do you want to collect, or something like that? And I would describe what I want to use it for. So maybe, hey, there's a lead generation, right? So maybe I would say, I want to use Tally to collect leads. And once I submit, that would be analyzed, and with the help of AI, of course, internally, they would figure out, like based on what I'm saying, they would show me only the templates that match what I wrote in that description. So I'll only see templates that matter to me. And then one extra option, generate, like let AI generate one for you. This is super important. The most important part was not being overwhelmed with all the different options of forms that are available, right? So I write that, I get the options that are available based on what I wrote. Now maybe here's the thing. If I wrote something and we could not find a template that matches this, maybe have the option to generate it with AI, and the AI would ask maybe a few more questions, or say like, hey, like, can you describe a little bit more like what you need in this form? And you would just describe in text, and you would say generate, and it would generate all the form fields for you, right? And one other option, which again would be available even if we found templates, or if we didn't, you would see the option of like blank slate, so that I can create something that I want from scratch, right? So we would have, so yeah, like I wouldn't do this. I would just put a simple text field, kind of like how Google was in the past, with a simple question like, tell us what you want to use Tally for. And I would describe what kind of use case. I would say find, and then I would show templates, or option to generate with AI by giving more information, or blank, right? So if there won't be any templates, it would just be these two options of generate with AI or blank. That's the only thing here that I would change from what they're doing right now. I think this would be a killer thing for Tally in particular, because you won't start from, like, you won't have this cold start problem or getting overwhelmed by all these templates that exist over here. Like that's amazing for later. So for after that experience, you're gonna have access to these templates, or the option to still use AI for this, because this would be super interesting for this kind of application. Now, I'm just gonna say, just because I want to test this out, let's just say this customer feedback, because I also want to see all the customization. So I can do actually event registration form. Yeah, let's do event registration form. So I can see what this looks like. So register, so it's a multi-step, which is really amazing. I would say, okay, use this template. And perfect. I mean, it's very Notion-like. So this is obviously for those who have used Notion in the past, or at least who have heard of Notion. Or even if they haven't, they can still like learn how to use this pretty easily. But you can just change the cover. You can even reposition it, which is really cool. You can add a logo. I see I can make it a dark design if I wanted to. If I want to do custom CSS, I see that I need the Pro version. So it's a very good way of letting me what I'm able to do. And if I press plus, perfect. I get thrown into the upsell. It's amazing. It's telling me what else I'm going to get besides that. So I won't feel like, oh, so I only need to pay a pro for custom CSS. This is just perfect. And automatically we have the yearly highlighted. Perfect. So let's close this out. Next. Okay. This of course was highlighted with different colors. So like I would need to change the highlight, probably do something dark like this maybe, right? So looking really good. Have some information here. I mean, yeah, I can clearly see what this is about, and I see the breakdown between pages right here, so I can just build my form any way that I want. There's nothing that I can say specifically about the application itself. It's perfect. It's something that, like, if I need a form, that's what I'm going for. And actually, that's exactly what I'm using to collect information for Roast My SaaS. So when you book a Roast My SaaS, after you make the payment, you'll get a private link with a Tally form that you fill out to tell me about your business, because Tally is just, it's the best at this. So you can even preview now what this is going to look like. You can step through the different pages, which is just amazing. We submitted, and I mean, the editor itself, there's nothing I can say about it as much. But There's only like that little improvement that I would make. I feel like a lot of products, a lot of SaaS startups are just trying to sprinkle AI just to have it because it's trendy. But in this particular case, it would be extremely useful for people who are kind of new, maybe to the forms, or maybe like they kind of have a rough idea of what they want, and we don't want to overwhelm them. So this will provide a slight improvement. But overall, it's just a matter of like, in terms of the product itself, again, I'm pretty sure they spent a lot of resources to get to this step and to figure out exactly how to make this motion work. But now it's paid off because it's really easy for everyone. And this little improvement would make an even better onboarding experience. And then, yeah, they just have to improve the kind of fields that are available. And pretty much this is a product that everyone would want to use. Now, let's look at, I have not signed up yet, right? So what do I need to do next? How can I actually save my form? Let's say if I publish it, what's going to happen? So that's when I'm prompted to create an account. And I'm asked to, for the first name, for the last name, email, and password to sign up. Now, here's the thing. Normally, if you do require users to sign up, I would not put this first name field and last name field before the signing up, because every field is creating an extra annoyance for the user, and for the visitor rather, and you don't want them to leave the sign up page. In case of Tally, you can do that because I've already experienced the product. Maybe I even designed my page and I'm ready to publish, and I'm saying publish, and okay, I just need to enter my name. Sure, no problem. I'll just go for it, right? Because it doesn't make sense in this case to just ask just the email and the password and then hit with another page to just ask for the username and for the first name and last name. It just doesn't make sense in this case. So that's why this is a perfect way of doing it. So if you've already allowed people to play with your product, you can add a few extra fields if you need them to the page. Now let's actually do that. Let's sign up. Okay, and I'm gonna say roastmysaaSproduct.com, and I'll generate a password here because I want to understand, like, once I sign up, what's gonna happen. So it's asking me to verify my email. Again, this is something I don't have any problems against something like this, for the simple fact that I've already tried the product. I know the product. It's not that I need to leave my account. And even so, they're not sending a link. You can do and sign in with a magic link based on what I'm seeing here. Here you go, right? You can click to the magic link and sign up, but I can just get the code, continue with the verification code. And now they're asking me more stuff, right? It makes sense. Now, you could technically, if they still have more questions to ask me after signing up, I would actually consider using the first name and the last name here on this form instead of like before capturing my email and password. I'm not expecting a huge difference precisely because I've already experienced the product, so it probably doesn't matter much, but I would still consider just leaving email and password on that page. I've collected that information. Now I can email people in case they change their mind or something. And here, once they did sign up, I would ask the rest. So let's say engineering, department lead or something like that. I would say that I filled in a Tally form, and this is how they find out. This is a very good way. This is how they find out exactly how you ended up here, and they can clearly see that their branded link on each form is bringing in traffic. So this is why Tally, it makes sense for them to allow a free tier, because they do use every new user as a marketing asset, pretty much, right? So every new user can bring more people in. And here, this is how they can figure out if the freemium model is actually working and bringing people in. So I'm going to say continue to dashboard. One wrong answer is not really gonna change anything. Ready, set, go. Perfect. Now, Because I started this, I didn't just click to sign up. I went through the publishing. It's taking me back to the action that I left off. And all I have to do is just publish, and my form will be live. Perfect. Really, the experience is great. And now you just continue to explore the product and use it. And you've published. You can collect your submissions and do whatever you want with them. When there's only like one thing where it looks like until you publish it, you cannot add integrations. From what I'm seeing, you can use integrations straight away with the free tier. Now, this would need to be tested, but I would actually keep integrations as a paid tier as part of like the pro plan. So build monthly about $30 a month. Maybe have a smaller tier and offer integrations there. And this will, from what I've seen at other products, this definitely has the potential to improve free to paid. Because right now the only tier is $30 a month. Just add a $10 a month tier and add a few extra pieces of functionality, move it available at the $10 a month tier, and you're going to convert a lot of people that are right now using free, they would convert there. Because just paying $10 a month for such a powerful tool to get integrations available is not a big deal, especially if you add a little bit more. And then you have the $30 a month for everything else. All right, so that is it in terms of Tally. Now, if you want your own personalized roast, I can do this for you. So just go to roastmysaaSproduct.com, book your roast, and I will send you a tally form as well, because that's what I love to use to collect this information. It's really easy to work with, and I've built my own webhook integration. So you will fill it out. You'll fill out that form, and then once I get it, within 48 hours, I will send you your personalized and private video where I'll show you how you can increase activations, how you can increase free to paid, and also how you can reduce churn so that in the end, you make more MRR with your SaaS. Hope you liked it. So see you on the other side.